We're not getting anywhere. We're here to stay. My name is Samuel Law, and I've got
Lee.
Got Dan Stelios.
All right, let me just make it clear. So I'm a United fan.
Lee and I'm an Arsenal fan.
Chelsea.
So Dan is a Chelsea fan, yeah. So we just finished watching the Man United match. Obviously, I'm not happy with the result. I'm not happy with the performance. I'm not happy with the attitude of the players. We lost 3-2. I'll get straight into it. It just seemed like defensive mistakes were just the cost of the result. But not only that, I feel like we didn't have any leaders on the pitch today. We just seemed like we were just, we thought we were going to come into town, smoke them, and just go back to Old Trafford. But the funny thing about it is that we came here 5 months ago or so, and we lost. So I'm very baffled as to why the team have come here with that mentality. I can't say one player can have their head raised high, like coming off the pitch. Do you get me?
Yeah. See, look, it's for me now. I personally think that United showed what they're going to be like all season.
Wow, you reckon?
Yeah,
that's
it's a bold statement. It's a
very
bold,
bro. You better stick
and
by this,
very
bruv.
early doors. I called it early doors. I mean, my prediction, like before the whole season started, was United ain't getting top 4.
Okay.
And today showed me, or showed people why. I think United are so off the pace. Like everyone just
Game 2,
Game 2.
Yeah,
But-
game 2's.
But even look at
Sorry
game
to
1.
say, it's Mourinho, United's good squad, still a decent manager, even if they're not performing great. They're good enough.
We have it.
I'm
in
not
us.
saying they're going to get top 4, but they're good enough, even on a bad day, to be in top 4.
Top 4. Do you know how competitive the Premier League is this season? Bro?
So who's in the top 4?
So
right now?
I mean, my top
You know
4. I called my top 4 as Liverpool, City, Chelsea, and Arsenal.
in no order, yeah.
No order, no
Okay.
particular order.
So Tottenham, Man United
I
missing
think
out.
Tottenham will miss out based on no signings.
Okay.
It depends. I mean, we'll get to January. They might recruit, and it might obviously change.
I
things, but
think they've done that and something like that.
Yeah.
They haven't. I don't think they're gonna.
Yeah, that's it. I don't think they're going to raise the money. Their stadium's not ready. Like, there's so many things there, and United. The reason why I think they're not in the top 4 is Mourinho, man. Like, he's lost the dressing room. Like,
No way.
he has lost the dressing room, bro. He has lost the
Lee,
dressing
you hear
room.
what he said? Don't tell me you agree with that.
I don't think he's lost the dressing
He's
room.
lost the dressing
But he's
room.
in the process of losing the dressing room.
Okay.
That's different.
Okay.
Lost the dressing room. You know what that means? That's Chelsea when they was 14th and they stopped playing for him.
Okay.
I don't think we're there yet. And if you're there in the second week of the new season, yeah, I don't know what to say.
Okay. How do you feel the fact that the captain of Manchester United does not want to be there?
Wait, where are you getting this from?
Pogba.
Where did he say? Where did
doesn't
he
want to play for Mourinho.
No, where did he say he don't want to be at United? He said, "I love the players, I love the club." He said, He didn't say I love the manager. If he's got issue with Mourinho, that don't mean he don't want to be there. That just means he's got issue with Mourinho.
Okay, so does that not mean he's lost a player? Mourinho's lost a player.
That's
He's
not,
lost his captain.
that's not the whole dressing room.
Okay, Martial.
though. Okay.
Okay, Rashford's not playing.
He hasn't lost Rashford.
No, he hasn't lost Rashford, but maybe
Maybe
you're right.
the process,
maybe you're right.
like you
in the
said.
process. But the way I just feel like Mourinho's control over the dressing room right now is very dodgy. It's very shaky.
So I'll say that we had Sanchez missing today. We had Matic missing today. Valencia right back missing.
Matic is a big miss.
Okay, so what I'll say is, it's early. I'm not happy with today. I'm not happy with the result. I'm not happy with the performance. That was an eye opener, and I knew that we weren't good enough to challenge for this season, but I didn't think we we're gonna be at this level.
Okay.
Yeah, and that is very worrying. What's worrying for me is that United usually, even if we're losing, the last 10 minutes, yeah, that ball is in the opposition's box. It's you've pinned the fullbacks back, and they can't go nowhere. You suffocate them, and it's chance after chance, wave after wave of attack. Bro, the last 10 minutes, the ball was on our end of the pitch. They were taking corners, getting free kicks.
So do you think Matic and who else did you say?
So with Matic,
So
cool.
Those two, what are they going to change?
Okay, so me, I would switch up the formation. So you know how I said the formation's not working, yeah? What I would do, our centre backs are not good enough. So I'll protect the two centre backs with another centre back, so it's free. Because they're just getting exposed. You saw how easy it was when De Gea threw the ball out to Fred and he lost it. Did you see how easy it was? One ball split our defence open and they got a penalty. So what I'm saying, yeah, because when you put three, you see, that wouldn't happen with three. That chance I'm talking about, because there's three there.
Who would you play at free?
So I would play De Gea in the goal, obviously. I'll play Bailly, Lindelof, and it will be either out of Smalling or Jones. One of the two, yeah? I'll play Valencia right wing back, Shaw left wing back, yeah? We've got three in midfield. Matic holding, Pogba and Fred. Then up top, Lukaku and Sanchez. You can switch it, Lukaku and Martial. You can switch it, Martial. Do you get me? Lingard. Wingers, we haven't got wingers. Because Mata was supposed to play wing today, and I kept on showing you, look where Mata is. He was drifting all the way to the other side, yeah? And because we didn't have a natural wing back in Valencia to overlap Mata, Young was saying, I'm not going forward. So there was no option on the right, so it was so predictable to play against today. So what do you think about the 3-5-2 that I just said? Let me ask you.
So I think it's cool, but he clearly don't trust Shaw that much. He is this season. It looks like,
But when you play wing back, that's even less defensive responsibility.
But it's more responsibility overall.
Yeah.
So there's more work, and a manager who clearly don't trust a player, as in like publicly vilifying a player, to then straight away go and put that much faith in him. If he don't believe in him that much, he's a bad manager to put that much responsibility in him. You can't say he's bad and then put that responsibility on him and say, yeah, that's
no,
you.
because with wing back here, I think Luke Shaw, he sometimes there's a lapse of concentration in defence. But you see when he's going forward, it's so natural compared to whoever the other guy was, Young today. Luke Shaw goes forward. So when you're going forward, yeah, but you know you got the left side of the defence covering you, because it's not a 4 at the back, it's 3 at the back, and he's wing back. I think he'll flourish more as a wing back. Do you get what I'm saying? And likewise Valencia on the other side.
But no, I get what you're saying, because it will take more defensive responsibility off him. But the only reason I'm saying it is because Mourinho feels, as he said, like it's my brain in his body, basically.
Do you reckon he still feels like that though? I don't know.
I don't think so, man.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think if you look at the Leicester game,
not much has happened.
Well, look at the Leicester game and today's game. I mean,
Luke Shaw did okay.
Luke Shaw didn't look bad, and he's looked good. Like he's looked fit. He looks in better shape. He's obviously had in the past Mourinho complaining about him being overweight, but he's come back this season. Pre-season he looked decent. The first 2 games he looks good. Like I'd say Mourinho's probably building a bit more trust in him. He's probably grown up a bit more and got a bit more mature.
Woodward was in the crowd today, and they showed his face at the end. He was not a happy guy. Now I don't know if, because I wouldn't put it past Jose to be so petty to like. Obviously he had no control in terms of what happened on the pitch, but almost to say to Woodward, look, this is what I had, and this is what I told you I had in the summer, and you didn't want to strengthen. So this is what you're gonna get. This is what you're gonna see. Because Woodward didn't look happy, man.
Yeah, but this is the thing about Mourinho though. He's had money. He's had money for the last 2 years. He's had money. Pep took 1 season to settle with City. He got money and he finished top 4 first season, nowhere near the league.
I think it's easier to finish higher with City
with what City
with
had.
money than it is with
United.
But
then look at City's recruitment for the second year.
Yeah,
did that not make the difference?
Yeah, you can't afford that.
Of course. But I think the fact is, Mourinho is a lone soldier. He's a lone wolf, and unfortunately, he's an employee of a company, and the industry he's in used to decide that them lone wolves used to be God, and they don't think that anymore.
Yeah,
and he's in a situation where he now has to protect his pride and his ego, which is it seems like it's in an inflated place anyway. So everything he does just seems like he's trying to protect Mourinho, which is ludicrous given that he's employed to do the best for Man United.
It's true.
Like, that's his job.
It's true.
And he just seems to be like, almost like he's out here on social media just trying to up his profile. Like trying to get more likes.
Who's that?
Mourinho. Yeah, it's almost like, I'm not saying he is, because he's not his real profile, but I'm saying, these rubbish celebrities. Yeah, you know these celebrities that just do these things just to get
Protect
it just seems it's all about him, like he's not employed.
I agree with that. I agree because I mean
the maddest thing.
The fact that like see it can go. You can look at it two ways. Yeah, it's either the fact that Man United was so loud with the fact that they were trying to recruit centre backs, or the fact that Mourinho basically came out and said like the board's not giving me what I want. The board's not giving me what I want. But either way, Mourinho, if Mourinho's done that, and he clearly did do that in a lot of interviews, then he's basically trying to say like, look, if we do bad, then it's not my fault because I didn't get what I want. It's a cop out. It's a way to protect his ego, to protect his image, to make it look like I didn't do as bad as what the results say, essentially. And I think like obviously my critique of Man United's situation right now has been very. Some might say dramatic, say it's too early, whatever. But you have to remember, I'm a Chelsea fan. I've had Mourinho twice. Do you get what I'm saying? So I've seen what he's done at Chelsea. I saw what his third season looked like at Chelsea when the final game when he lost 3-2 to Leicester.
Yeah.
You got, and then he got sacked inevitably. Like players did not want to play for him, and we had the same unhappy players. We had the same situations, and you know what I'm saying, it's the same pattern with Mourinho. It's the same pattern, and we're here at United. I mean. Don't get me wrong, United are going to get a lot better this season, of course, but they've still got Valencia. When Valencia returns on that right-hand side, you won't have Young doing the madness that he was doing today. And I think Luke Shaw's in a better position. You won't have Darmian playing. Luke Shaw's looking fit. So you have two good, solid fullbacks. Yeah. And then Matic should return to anchor the pitch. Then you've got Fred. I mean, Fred for the first two games, boy, he just doesn't look like he knows English football.
Yeah, we've got to give
him time. He's very agile in midfield. He's running, but I think it's the way he's closing down. He's just chasing lost causes. He's chasing the ball. Like he's not pressing with intelligence. But I think that will come with time. Yeah,
he's new. You got to give him time.
Yeah, exactly. You got to give him time. And Pogba as well, like to express himself. Like he can't express himself right now because he's still got to have that defensive responsibility. When Matic returns, I think that will change things.
Things are going to get better soon, hopefully, for us. So I'm not going to really be too down, you know. We're basically 3 points behind City because it's 2 games in. Let's talk about you guys now, man. So Arsenal-Chelsea yesterday.
Yes.
What do you reckon?
I let the Arsenal fans start because you get me.
So, as an Arsenal fan, it was obviously a bit of an intrigue because we've got a new manager. We've been put up against the first 2 games. It's a mad setup, but you got to deal with what you got to deal with. We're going to be playing a new system, a couple new players, everything's new, and we're under the ultimate pressure. So, for me personally, I'm not too fussed. Like, I don't particularly mind. For example, this season, if we don't finish top 4 and we don't win a trophy, I'm not saying Emery out.
I hear that.
That's not. Obviously, it's a bit different because, for example, with United, because Mourinho's been there for a couple of seasons now. He's effectively in the last year of what he agreed. His time was going to be when he got there. So, and I was impressed because we closed down high up the pitch, which we never do on the Wenger.
The start of the game, though. Let's talk about that. Arsenal were all over the place. Chelsea were... Kante was making mad runs. I don't think they expected it.
Kante's been making mad runs this season.
But bro, Bellerin was open. It was crazy, bro. The opening minutes of the game.
Listen, the way when I watched the start of that game, I was unsure, innit? I'm still unsure, It's either Sarri's system looks very nice, or Arsenal were very poor. And I don't know which. I'm still in conflict because the fact that they came back 2-2 makes me doubt it even more. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like the opening minutes, the way we were playing, like Pedro in space, Willian in space, Jorginho bossing that centre mid, Ross Barkley energy up and down, Kante making mad runs from centre mid. Do you get what I'm saying? Like we look slick. We look slick going forward. So when you incorporate the new signings like Kovacic to come in, and then you got Hazard to return and starting, like do you know what I'm saying? We look like we could potentially be deadly.
Yeah, but Kovacic looked like he is
a baller, natural
that's
baller,
a problem.
Absolute natural baller.
He looks like he's a problem for everyone.
Yeah,
I've got to be honest. Everyone was the commentators were gassing about Hazard. I was watching this game thinking, Kovacic is.
He's doing mad.
Yeah, he's dictating Chelsea's pace the moment he's coming on the pitch.
Is that 23, 24?
I can't believe what I'm saying. The moment he got on the pitch, he just started
40
1-2s moving about.
40 plus passes, 100% pass completion.
That's nice. But like, in terms of it was 2-0, yeah. We didn't. I was like, right, where did this come from? But then you lot still had chances.
Yeah.
You had chances. Aubameyang had a what was that one? It was 1-0 at the time because he had the chance. The ball rolls to him. You're thinking, okay, he's gonna bury this. He's in my fantasy football team, bro. I needed points. Do you get me? And he skies it over.
Yeah.
And then they go to the other end, and Morata, and he takes it very well.
Beautifully.
Very well.
He does.
He spins. Was it Socrates that he spun like that? Oof. Yeah.
No,
so
I think it
Mustafi, no, it was Mustafi when.
yeah, and then 2-0, and then you get me. Like you still miss chances. Mkhitaryan missed a chance.
Yeah.
Wobie.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
man.
And even Aubameyang missed 2 chances, and
Yeah,
it's very
he
hard.
did.
Like you can't. That's the thing. You can't discredit Arsenal. So I think Arsenal's performance yesterday, they showed some real heart. Guendouzi centre mid
Good
looks
player.
like an absolute.
There was a pass he gave
signing.
Bellerin,
Yeah.
or someone on the
Yeah,
right.
he gave it to Bellerin, and Bellerin
give
put it
to
across the
Aubameyang.
box. So
Bro.
it's funny.
Did you see Guendouzi's reaction when
Oh,
Aubameyang
He
he
starts
went
banging the
mad.
floor.
Bro,
Oh, yeah,
wait,
that's
but
what
hold
you
on, let me
wanna-
ask you
that's
though,
what you wanna
yeah.
see, that's what you wanna see.
But yeah, you want to see that, but how do other players feel about that? If you're a senior player, yeah, and you've got this young player that's come, and because even in the first game, Czech did something and he was blasting Czech, like he's got no fear. As a
he's-
senior player, you might not like that.
Yeah, but the reaction was that of a young person.
Yeah, but
Don't get me
sometimes
wrong,
it's like,
a
bro.
30-year-old's not going to be doing that.
Yeah, but sometimes they might, like whoever, maybe Aubameyang might have come to him after the match, like, or when he's seen it, like, listen, I know you're pissed off that I missed, but calm down. Do you get me?
Okay, and that's,
Like,
and that's,
relax.
and that's part of football. That might happen in anything.
He
Like,
does.
that's-
He does look. He looks like he's got a good attitude,
it's-
but
But as I said, a 30-year-old's not going to do that. But from him, that's what you want to see. To
Yeah.
see that, you're seeing
he
passion.
cares. Yeah, he cares.
You're seeing heart. That's what you want to see. And
Yeah,
you
the
don't
way
see
I
that
see
much
it,
of Arsenal.
as long as he keeps performing the way he's to the level he's performing, then if he reacts like that, all the players just need to look at him and say, well, we need to be performing better. They need to look at themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, he's young. Of course, he's going to react. Some people might say dramatically, but I think it shows good passion, good zeal.
What,
so.
Big Lee? What, are you panicking yet, or if like two L's back to back?
No, as I said, we can finish, for me, outside the top 4, not finish, not lift the trophy. I'm cool for this building process right now.
Whoa. Whoa. You don't really hear that from Arsenal fans. That I don't mind finishing at the top 4.
How much pressure do I put on a brand new manager who, by the way, personally, I wanted him. So before he comments, that's what I wanted at our club. So
Okay.
now,
Why
how
did you
much
want
pressure? Sorry,
Why did you want him?
because he wins everywhere. He's a proven winner. He overperforms.
He's won Europa 3
He
times.
overperformed with
With
Seville.
weakened squad, yeah.
He went to PSG, who lost before, and basically got that team to work together, which
Yeah.
happens. And it's cool. He kicked over every year, was winning, and now he's at Arsenal. Cool. I'm down for that. I love the passion. I see all the videos in training. So how much pressure do I? Why put him there? To put ultimate pressure on. It's not like we were competing for the league the year before. So suddenly now we've got to suddenly set him a precedent, and we've not given him Man City's transfer kitty to start bulking up that. So realistically, what can I expect of him? If we get that, don't get me wrong. If we start fading, we get to 14th, he loses the dressing room, things might change. But for now,
He's obviously got like a style of play that he's trying to
Of
implement in the team, and some players look uncomfortable with it. Yeah, I've heard Allardyce. Of all people, Allardyce, he completely tore Emery apart. Like, what are you doing?
What?
Like, yeah. In the first game against Man City, he was like, "Why are you playing out from the back if you can see that your players are not? They can't do it. You're just asking for trouble. It was stupid. I can't remember what he called it." And then Liam Rossini on the debate, he came out and said, "No, that's what you're supposed to do. Like, he's now being brave." And he's just trying to stick with it,
100%.
and you'll get it right after a while.
He's filling big boots, man. You have to remember that. Like, Wenger was at the club 20, however many years, you know what I'm saying? And that's a long time to be at the club. So, what do you call it? He's filling big boots. He's got a system he wants to implement. Give him time, man.
and I'm gotta be honest, when it comes to style of play, I don't think Sam Allardyce is the kind of manager who
Exactly.
really can tip
Long
That's
ball.
what I said.
There's a reason why he's sitting on that sofa, on that panel, giving
not in the
those suggestions. That's why he's employed in that moment. because he's not good enough to be employed as a manager at any Premier League team feels or England feels. So,
Well, for me, Emery though,
That's what
like
it
he's done okay so far, but for some reason with Emery, that PSG Barcelona game sticks in my head, and it will always stick in my head. They had what was it, a 6-1 lead on aggregate in the Champions League against them? Something stupid like 5-1. Bro, you don't remember when Neymar when they came back?
Yeah, I remember the comeback, but I'm saying
I thought, wow, like this is not Sunday League. Like this is Champions League quarterfinals or something, and you're letting a deficit like that just get blown apart. No tactical now. It's like, okay, I've got to do this. You're still trying to come out and bang. Like you showed naivety. Yeah. So I've always got that about Emery in my head. It's gonna take a while. He always
said that was Neymar's team. So it's almost like
no. When he was PSG manager. Yeah. And Neymar was at Barcelona
when they scored that free kick.
And Neymar scored, and they came back. He had Cavani and all them guys.
Sorry.
And Di Maria, and he couldn't close out the game. Okay, Di Maria had a chance, but he missed. But he should have squared it. I remember, but you know, like that's what sticks in my head about Emery anyway. But it will take a while for me. Like, you know, it can change. It's not.
That versus his successes is
fair.
Yeah, but what do you think about Arsenal's squad, like the players itself? Because in terms of the players that performed yesterday, how do you rate certain players and how do you critique certain players?
So I think it was clear that when Lacazette come when Aubameyang was on it, like it was a different kind of switch up 1-2s. It was good. So overall, I think our centre back current pairing is a joke together. If I'm being honest, you can't play them two sort of players together.
Who's that? Socrates and
Mustafi.
Yeah, but who else can he pick?
No, he can't pick anyone right now.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, when it does come to identifying targets, I think obviously people can. You got your scouts and we need a centre back, and you think who's good at centre back. But I think there's a certain type of centre back you should also look at. And I think for Arsenal, with Koscielny getting to the age that he's at, the injury that he's just suffered, that we know he's injured for, we could have gone for a Koscielny type centre back, like a ball type playing centre back, because right now we've got people that can't play for them. Mustafi's not bad, but he just gets a bit too gassed and tries to do long ball, and he's not that sort of player.
With the added pressure from Emery making you pass up from the back, he's consciously saying play out from the back.
Yeah, not necessarily added pressure, but it's not added pressure because that's the style. So Emery's got to decide that. It's not he's putting the players in position. So
no pressure on the defenders, because the defenders might have not played that before. Like Mustafi hasn't had to play out from the back with any team or any setup he's had. So if you know he's not good enough as well, the players that you're asking of to do that.
But you don't know he's not good enough yet. Does that make sense? He's not had enough time to know they're not good enough. So that's why I don't really mind this season. And if next season he gets a couple of players in, let's see where it goes. I'm happy.
What do you think of Xhaka?
I think that he has to step up. I don't actually kill Xhaka as much as most people.
People kill him, man.
Yeah, no, they do. I like his distribution for Arsenal because he can.
You're about the only Arsenal fan.
No. In regards to, because he can genuinely get the ball from a deep position up the field quicker than a lot of our players in that position can that we've had. So when we had Cazorla, although it looked good, the problem with Cazorla is he would literally get walked past. Now Xhaka can't defend, but he's at least a barrier. So we don't, and yeah, I don't mind him too much. But right now, we've got two new signings in that position, and they both look like they're doing better than him. So he looks like
I've always said Arsenal they're still yet to play Xhaka in his real position, the position that.
Where's his real position, bro?
Listen, he's not a defensive holding midfielder like that. Like he's not that.
What is
he's a creative player.
Number 8.
Not number 8.
Number 8 is basically.
Okay, he's like you know what Jorginho does.
Yeah,
he's basically that.
You reckon he's got that in him?
That's what he does.
That's what he does. If you watch him for Gladbach,
that's how he plays. That
if you watch him the season before he joined Arsenal for Gladbach, that season he was like serious. When he came to Arsenal, I was like, you know what? They're finally signing.
Yeah, I remember them buying him. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even when
and the Arsenal fans thought that as well.
And look at his performances for Switzerland in comparison for Arsenal. Do you get what I'm saying?
So does he play in?
He's further up.
Okay.
He's more of a creative player. I've been saying it since Xhaka is not being played in his position for Arsenal.
But he ain't got the strats to be playing there for Arsenal right now.
Right now, I'm saying they're not going to give him. They're not going to trust him for that.
But why they can't play him there? Because they got players like Ramsey. Ramsey's the number 8, 9.
You can't play him there. You can't play the players we got there. He doesn't warrant that. But
all right, well,
we'll see.
Yeah, so another team that played today before the Man United match was our Manchester rivals, Man City. 6-1. Same as last season. I think we're starting to see like a Pep-like dominance. So you know how we dominated in La Liga with Barca? Did that with Bayern Munich in Germany. I hate to admit it, but it's looking that way.
City squad is too good for the league at the minute. Like they've got all the depth, they've got all the main talent. Like their squad is clear. 6-1, boy, Aguero firing and Jesus on the score sheet, both of them. Yeah, man, like it's crazy. I didn't get to see the game,
bro. Like
myself, but
so they're winning like 4-1 at the time, and then they pan to the sidelines. Players warming up. I'm seeing Mahrez, Sane. I said, what's the point? I went to jump in the shower. I didn't watch the match.
Is that Masters League? Like, it's ridiculous.
The bench is crazy.
It's a joke.
You've got like for like in every position, yeah? How do you compete with that? If that was Man United playing the City's opponents today, Watford, bro, was it Watford? It wasn't Watford.
No, they played Huddersfield.
Yeah, Huddersfield. If it was Huddersfield, we're making a mountain out of that. Please believe Huddersfield would have scored. We would have to probably score in the last minute. City do it so effortlessly. Like, man, I don't know. But have you seen the Man City documentary, the Docu Series, All or Nothing?
Yes.
Yeah, I've started to watch it. I can't wait to finish it. Like, to be fair, it's a serious insight into a club, like how it's run from the top down and into Pep's philosophy and the way plays.
Spoiler alert, by the way, for anyone who's not gonna watch.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Yeah. Sorry, because me, I'm not gonna lie. I watched episode 1 on Friday. I'm nearly finished. I think I watched 4 episodes on Friday night. It's mad. I want to go play Championship Manager after. I just thought, I want to buy a player. You know them ones. But yeah, like it's for me, and this is as a United fan. Yeah, guys, if you love football, you will appreciate this docu-series. Seriously, I'm telling you. We haven't seen anything like this before. And it's not like they're following around like a mid-table team or a Sunday or a championship team. They're following the champions of England, yeah?
Breaking records.
First of all, I've got so many questions though. Why? Why did City do this? Can someone ask me, Lee, why do you think City has done this?
Brandon, imagine, look at Man City now. So, Man City have built themselves over years and years and years and years. They've now got this content on them. This is giving a deep dive into Man City that's going to get so many neutral people that's interested in football.
They'll become
that's now
fans of
going to
City.
like certain characters. Like they're going to like Pep.
Yeah.
My girl likes Pep. I like the manager.
Yeah, same here, my girl. I mean,
You
like,
see
bro.
what I'm saying? I like the
This
manager.
is hurting me.
And that's only because I forced her to. I said on Friday. I said no. I'm not going to lie to
She
you.
said to me, where can
We're
I
gonna
get that
watch
Man
it.
City top? I said, babe, if you're there, don't even do people's elbow. Oh, you don't even go mad in here. Bro, literally, like, like, if you love football, like I said, you're just glued to it because it's so, like, in terms of the transfers, the players, the team spirit, the manager, like how he translates his message to the players, you is non-stop. Like, I would love for them to do another season, but I don't think they're going to do another season, you know?
Not of Man City. Well, All or Nothing is it's a brand. It happens.
Yeah, they've got other channels. They've got other teams, that
they
they followed
do it all
before.
the time. So hopefully they do it with other teams, not Arsenal just yet.
Do you think though? Because the thing is, yeah, City, like you said, Brandon, yeah, City have been a step ahead in terms of they used to have something on YouTube. I don't know if it's still there, but I used to watch something called Tunnel Cam, yeah. So like, they're playing a team at home, and the team that their opposition is, they show them coming off the coach. They show is an insight into literally the tunnel and the changing rooms. You don't they don't show you inside the changing rooms, but it shows you like when the players interact, when they come out and they shake hands, who's got a little bit of tension, the manager's coming out, and it sounds so basic and silly, but I used to watch it every week. Like when they used to play at home, I used to watch like, okay, how did the Liverpool players react when it was at half time and it was 1-0 and they showed them coming into the tunnel. Bro, it's so sick. So seeing them do this, they might be the innovator. Someone's definitely thinking about, like branding of this, because they've said it already, yeah. They're trying to overtake Man United. It's not going to be a 2-year job, 3-year job. They're there for the long run. That's what they're saying, which is what's scary. So they're trying to build their branding to where they're
up in their level.
And they're in Manchester. Not in a bad way. They're in Manchester. I'm not trying to take a dig, but they've got like.
When I went to Manchester,
training complex is a joke.
When I went to Manchester, there was more people in blue kits than. And when I spoke to the locals, they said, "Yeah, this is Manchester, so it's Man City fans, but Man United are more globally."
Like, in Manchester, because Man United is not in Manchester. So.
Salford, isn't it?
Yeah, they're in Salford. So it's
But
Like,
yeah,
it's
but
just
with the Docu Series, man, like why I think they won't do it again. But obviously, you just told me they go around anyway to different teams. If you're Jose Mourinho, you're another manager, yeah. Are you studying that, or do you reckon there's nothing in it? Because I was saying to my girl, I don't know if this is good enough, like on them, because they're showing little tactics, little moves that they do, etc. How they see other players and they say, oh yeah, you two mark him. Like as a manager,
that's particular game though. It's not exactly the same.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
when you
You
actually
know what I'm
think about it, yeah, because you think. Let me explain. Because we don't see that at all. We think we're getting a real deep
But
dive.
that's my
But
goal.
when you actually look at what
Yeah.
happens is by the time they've cut it up and you're seeing different parts and different, you're only seeing Pep on that board moving a few pieces and it looks like it's all over.
No, but he's
Like,
saying
you can't follow a lot of what he's moving on that board.
no.
Let's be real. Let's not lie.
Listen. I hear what you're
Look
saying.
at that board, yeah, and he's just moving. You're like,
No. I hear what you're saying with that. Yeah, but there's even certain things that he says. Like there was one time he was on the training ground and he was talking to his players. Why are you going wide? You keep it narrow. Yeah, this is English football. We're not playing English football. But that's what he spluttered out to his guys, and they caught it on camera.
No, but he said that in press conferences, though. So he said that about Kyle Walker, didn't he? When he said he should come in, that he's going to come inside more and all this. Like,
So what you're telling me is, managers know what Pep's going to do, but they can't stop it.
it's not about what Pep's going to do. It's just a tactical, like it's just one tactical
Yeah, do you get what I'm
move.
saying?
Like,
It's his belief.
it's
No, I'm saying that's his belief. But don't you think other managers are now seeing, okay, they're not going to play the wing?
Through their football, anyway.
Yeah,
Pep's not a joker. Obviously, he adapts each tactic to each team that he plays, but week in, week out. So obviously, they might know what they know, but it's a case of if he's saying, let's say, I know you're saying you play narrow, or whatever. If he needs to play wide that week, he'll play wide that week. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not a thing where all the time we're going to be narrow.
Look at today, they play three. What do they play? 3-5.
I suppose it's a risk reward situation.
Yeah.
Because you're definitely right. You're seeing more.
Yeah.
So there's more opportunity to give other teams more, and that's a risk. But if you weigh up the reward of that, which is what's the benefit that this can do to your club,
Definitely.
it might outweigh it.
For me as well, like, it was so... You know there's things that you know, but you don't know. So, like, how a manager will come out, yeah, his team just got battered, yeah, and he'll come out and go, yeah, but we showed heart. Because Jose, last season, those times, he'll be like, yeah, we created chances, or we were the stronger team. And I'm like, bro, I just watched the match. We wasn't. Yeah? So, there's one part on that show, sorry, spoiler alert, where they lost, or they're losing. Yeah, they lost the match. Pep goes into them and goes, guys, listen, you know I will defend you to the end in the press conference. He said it there.
Yeah.
The camera was hidden in the corner that you could see. He's like, I'm going to protect you in the press conference. You know this, but I'm going to tell you the truth now. Then he started laying into them. So like, I was thinking, okay, so that means when Mourinho is going, oh yeah, we played well, we had character, surely he's blazing
Let me
them.
tell you something. You did not hear him lay into them. This is what I'm saying when they cut it in. You saw right up until that moment.
None,
I'm going to tell you the truth.
yeah.
And then what happened?
Then he started talking about
What
the game.
truth? No, he didn't. That clip ended right there. This is what I'm saying. You don't get the full deep dive, but you feel you get the... Because you know what he's going to say.
Yeah.
So you feel it in yourself.
yeah,
But if you actually
yeah.
think about it, I'm sure I'm 99% sure he don't say it because I was thinking, I want more. I want more. So, yeah.
Well, I love...
Give you enough though to want more though.
Of course.
Listen, guys, my Man United fans, please, I hope you're on the same page as me, because don't be angry, yeah. But I enjoyed it. I was like, no, seriously, you know, like even when like a player has a good game, yeah, the team spirit in that, they're like a family. That team is like a family.
Yeah.
Like they'll come into the change room, everyone's waiting for them, and then when they come in the celebration, they start singing your name, bang. Like it's man.
No, it's a good and you got your different characters. So Mendy, obviously, people gonna love.
Yeah. Shout out to Mendy, man.
You've got your lads in the team. John Stones,
Yeah.
he's key the lad. Delph Walker, they're the lads.
Company. You know how company don't play, yeah?
Gosh.
And you think, right, like, why is Pep keeping him? Because Pep usually gets rid of guys that he don't want. Like, you can see company's he's not the main guy for him. Like, I can't explain it, but why is he around? And then when I watched it, he's a leader, man.
leader.
You need that guy in your team.
He's a leader. And he's a leader who has embraced. It looks like Manchester. If we're being honest, it looks like he's embraced it. Like his accent sounds a bit like Mancunian sometimes.
Yeah.
He's when he goes to his in-laws' house, like you're sitting there going, hold on, wait, what's going on here? Like, someone inside, like I can't be the only one that thought did these girls' parents not get some sort of come up? But yeah, when you go, like, honestly, you go to the house, like, they got no come up. Like they're in the same house. You see it. It's just, like, and he's there watching City win the
that
league.
one, yeah, and it was a normal yard, didn't it?
Yeah,
like,
it's a basic yard.
Nah, but yeah, like he's just a leader, man.
Hey, but going back though, what do you man think about Mendy though? Like football wise, like this season. Because obviously last season he was injured.
Mendy, I know Mendy from Monaco, and City even bought him because of that game. They even showed it on the documentary. Like there was like, after that game, we knew this guy. He's a left back. We know he can do what we want him to do. He will do it. And then he got injured. But I always knew Mendy was. But the thing is, they didn't miss him because they won the league. Yeah. But obviously in Champions League and other stuff, other competitions, they may have gone that extra mile. But I knew that when he comes back, that's the bit that Pep wanted. Pep wanted that guy.
He's like a new signing for him this season.
Like already the chances he's created, man. He put 2 on the plate for one of the City strikers the other day. Like he's just, you know what I mean? Yeah, man.
Their whole team's fake. Like this, like, obviously, like Pep is is amazing. In terms of and that documentary shows you he's amazing.
But
yeah,
but their team is still amazing. Like if you take Pep out that equation, and you have that team, people can win that league, win the league with that team.
Okay.
Bro, it's
like,
not.
But I'm not trying to take much away because Pep's a bad man. Like, don't get me wrong.
He bought right, and he knows how to gel. Yeah, exactly. He's bought for a system. And the thing is, with the players, with the players that he's got as well, he's keeping
Chelsea from back in the day.
He's keeping everyone happy as well. Like that's the thing. Like Bernardo Silva's starting. David Silva started today, but like he's balancing everyone. In the documentary, did you see when he was like, "Guys, today you're gonna win this match for David Silva. You have to win this match for David Silva today." He was going mad. Silva, all the players was like, "Nah, what?" The brother went mad. He scored. He did the 2-1 sign. Like the team spirit there, man. Oh man, I envy it as a United fan, and I think to myself, obviously, because I don't know what's happening behind the scenes at United. Is it like this? Because we never knew it was like that at City behind the scenes. We didn't know. So you never know what is behind the scenes.
It's not even the squad. It's everything.
Yeah.
Like if you look at like the chairman, like their chairman just seems like he's just the chairman you want at your club.
That's the chairman you want.
Like he seems like he's just
Kitman.
Like the Kitmans are
the
like,
chairman listens to.
But the chairman seems like he knows. Like it seems like there's no barrier from that manager to chairman. It just seems like he gets what you want. He knows it. We'll try and see what the best we can do. Okay, we couldn't get Sanchez, and it shows at the end how they missed out on Sanchez and he came back to hurt them a bit. But this season they got Mahrez. It's not like, do you know what I mean? Their chairman is just
another thing that I saw. Yeah, was, you know how I always think to myself, surely Mourinho's seeing this Souness and them man laying into him right now. Like surely he's gonna see this, but then it just looks like either they've got tough skin or they haven't seen it. They just shut people out. But there was a part in the documentary where Pep, they finished the match that they won. The chairman was next to him, and no one was talking. It was all silent. And they were listening to BT Sports just after the match, Jermaine Genius and Ferdinand. They were so attentive, they were looking. So they were happy as well with the praise that they received from Ferdinand. Ferdinand's probably looking at that like, no, what? Like, look how happy these lot are that I'm praising them.
But for the fact,
that's what it is. Now I know Mourinho, because he looks like one of them guys anyway. He wants to know what people are saying about him. I don't care. So he's definitely looking at all this stuff.
He's definitely. So he will. It goes back to my point. You look at Pep, though, man. Perfect example of a manager building a club and a philosophy. Because I know you, man, was saying City they're doing it for it's good branding. But I think it's even deeper than that. It shows you how they're looking to build the club for the future.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they got a manager with philosophy to do that. So now look at Mourinho. Been given the money. He's got the same resources as Pep.
But he's not that sort of manager, though.
And it's not wrong to be a different manager.
Yeah,
but your manager, your style has to bang.
You fought Mourinho for that.
The biggest club in the world,
but he's never been that manager. So now to compare, because we've seen this about Man City and we're gassed on it, obviously, I think it's unfair to judge Mourinho on no standards, because that's not Mourinho. And you didn't buy Mourinho for that. You've never seen Mourinho do that. That's not what you got.
Yeah.
You had managers that were trying to do that, and you got rid of them.
So what do
if
you
that
mean
makes sense.
But I said it last week on the podcast. He's not available now, but this is why when you asked me earlier, are you, off the podcast, you said, are you Mourinho in or out? I said I don't know yet, and it's not out, but it's out after a while because I'm waiting for Pochettino to become available when we can just grab him when it's like, I said this last week, I don't want to really go on about it, but I don't want Tottenham to challenge, and I want players to leave and go through the Arsenal era when they bought a new stadium and finances are tight, and then the project disbandles. I would have to take Pochettino from that, because I feel he's the version of Pep. He might not be as good as him, but he's someone that will build from the youth up, and he'll respect the tradition, and he'll try and take us back to where we're supposed to be.
So what's the minimum you would accept from Mourinho before you want him gone, regardless of Pochettino? Because that's the
you know what? If I'm realistic right now,
there's a reality of what's happening
with the team we've got.
To that.
At the end of the season, he walks 4th place on the trophy. I'm cool with that. Bye, thank you. You got us back. You steadied the ship from the Van Gaal Moyes days.
Wait,
yeah.
If he gets 4th place in the trophy, does he not deserve to stay?
That's what I'm saying. The more he keeps doing that and getting those cheap wins,
If Raga, I'll say it this way: if he wins and that means he stays, I'd rather we don't win. I'd rather we don't get top. I'd rather we hopefully we get top 4, but we don't win a trophy.
So what do you want this season then?
That's what I'll say. If it means
wait, so you don't? So
I want Mourinho out at the end of the season.
You might want United
that's what I said.
to suffer.
So you're Mourinho out there?
No, wait.
So you're Mourinho.
Oh, don't a minute.
You gotta say
wait. Let me land, please.
Let me land.
And I'm not landing into the season side. Yeah. Listen, yeah. What I'm saying is, when you ask, are you Jose in, Jose out? I said, I don't know, not yet. I mean, I don't want him to walk now. If he walks now, it's just gonna go mad. Do you get me? That's when we're finished. But if he gets us to the end of the season,
why does it go mad?
Because if he leaves, we don't know. We might go and get another Moyes, bruv, just out of panic. Yeah.
But that you don't know. You can't say it's gonna be, man. What if he gets Zidane?
I don't want Zidane.
No, I'm not saying what you want.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say.
It might not be mad.
What? Yeah,
but
what
I'm saying that it might not be what you want. It
My
might not
end
be ideal.
Listen, why don't you want Zidane?
Because I want Poch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, and I realise this as well. So that's why I'm trying to take Pochettino out of the equation. Because what you're trying to do is you're not saying you're not looking at Man United how they are. You're basically saying let's just wait until Poch regardless. So take Poch out of the equation. What do you? So Poch is not available.
Yeah, Zidane, of course.
So what is the minimum you will accept from Mourinho until you say I want him gone?
Oh, to not finish out top 4, not win a cup, he's gone. But what I'm saying is, if we don't win a cup and we get top 4, thank you, Jose. 3 years, you got us back. Now let's go and try and get Poch.
Do you know why you're driving? Do you know why you're driving around in a circle? Wait.
You want him out regardless.
Let's say you can't get Poch for the next 6 years, or 4 years. Let's say Levy is on a madness over there at Tottenham, and he's doing his Levy thing. So you can't get
then I'll keep Mourinho then, you know.
But when you say you keep Mourinho, that's what I'm saying. What's your minimum requirement
for him
to stay? Because you'll keep.
We got to stay in the top 4.
You're saying it based on Poch. Forget about Poch.
Okay, forget Poch. I'm saying if he's gonna stay, he has to get top 4.
So you're happy for Man United to just keep getting top 4 until Poch is available?
No, if I want Poch at the end of the season, I didn't say.
Yeah, so let's say you can't get Poch at the end of the season.
And we go again.
And Mourinho finishes 4th.
Oh my God! Mourinho has to stay in charge.
Your whole plan fringes on Pochettino becoming available.
No, literally, that's what I'm saying. And if Poch don't stay, if Poch don't come, then Mourinho plays. Mourinho stays.
Listen, so you're happy. That's
no,
what I'm
but when you say
saying.
Mourinho
So you're happy
stays,
with Mourinho?
based on what? What's that requirement?
You're going around in a circle.
We don't know what's happened.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Let's have Mourinho finishes second and wins a FA Cup.
Let's move on.
Does he deserve to stay?
Listen, don't worry about them, man. Don't worry about them, man. Because the thing is, let's see how the story plays out, innit? Because I like Mourinho. I feel.
Unless if Poch is there.
Hey, let him land.
I like Mourinho, but I just feel he's not the right fit for us. And I feel like what I wanted was for him to steady the ship. I knew Mourinho wasn't a ball player. Yeah? I didn't say he's going to come in and he's going to follow the United way. I knew he's stubborn but what he's going to do, he's going to win. He hasn't won. He won us a Carling Cup and a Europa League, yeah? But he steadied the ship somewhat. Old Trafford used to be a hotel. Like, I'm telling you. And look at the recruitments of Van Gaal and Moyes and the recruitments of Mourinho. There's more for a manager to build on now. Because before you had today? No, but listen. You had Schneidlin and those kind of guys you inherited those kind of players. Yeah, you had to get rid of them. Nice, now you've got at least players. Fred, these guys that are here now, you can come in, and I'm hoping it's Poch. If it's not Poch, then we'll take it from there. But listen, United, I don't know, man.
But based on what though? That you can't just say come in.
Oh God.
He has to do something bad to go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
not win top 4. Like.
You're just gonna keep getting. You're gonna be stuck in this cycle. And it's the same thing that was happening with Chelsea. That's man. Like anyway, look, we'll see how that story pans out. But I wanna touch on that. We didn't cover the Chelsea side of the Arsenal game, innit? And that's something I want to discuss. Yeah. Now, yeah, fair enough. I was talking about Sarri ball and it looks good. Yeah, bro. Defensively, I don't even know.
Who's your main centre? Who's your
Well,
back
we
four?
got yesterday. It was Rudiger and Luiz. Sarri's already said he wants Luiz to be the main man, but if you guys watch that game, yeah,
he's a problem.
he is a ball watcher, man. He's a ball watcher. Like, there's so many times he left his man, yeah. Do you see that square ball that kept on coming across the box? Watch how many times Luiz wasn't
No,
marking
but
anybody.
Arsenal was banging that move, boy. That
How many
FIFA one
times?
when you get to the byline.
How many times? Aubameyang missed one. Iwobi missed one.
Mkhitaryan.
Aubameyang missed two.
Yeah,
Mkhitaryan. Do you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They had that chance 5 times, and more time it comes from lack of concentration. Kepa as well. Oh my God, we paid how much money for this guy?
I was gonna.
Oh,
I was
yeah?
gonna ask you
Already,
about that.
yeah?
Oh my!
Is this what you're
Listen,
saying?
I was gonna ask you
listen.
about that.
Okay, the first one should have been a save. Yeah?
That's the first goal he conceded all season, no?
I know. First goal he's conceded all season. Yeah, I'm yet to see the guy make a save. Yeah, I'm yet to see him make a save. Yeah, fair enough. There's not been that many attempts on goal, but the one attempt that came from Mkhitaryan that should have been a save wasn't a save. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm patient in it because De Gea started off mad at United. He was whack in the first few games. So I'm hoping that Kepa comes good. He's young and whatever, but
75 mil,
do
baby.
you get what I'm saying? It's a lot of money, man. I'm just
75 mil.
I thought he made a mistake for that Mkhitaryan goal. Definitely.
Yeah.
He should have saved that.
should have been a save.
Like he looked like he was all over it. It looked like he had it covered. It wasn't too far from him. It wasn't. He just. He looked like
And
he
even
was well.
Jorginho as well, yeah, bro.
He's a baller, you know.
I love this guy.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
this guy. He's added a new dimension to our attack. But defensively, I don't know what's going on. Like,
No, because Kante is not. Look, he's not locating. He's not in that area no more. He's doing box to box.
I know he's box to box now, and it's causing a problem. Hopefully, Sarri figures it out, man. But
What do you think of Barkley?
Ross Barkley, I'm very happy to see him, and I think he's playing very well, and I want to see him play more. But now Kovacic is there, yeah. I know what's gonna happen.
He knows what's happening. He
what I'm
knows
saying?
what's gonna happen.
As a
You know what I'm
can I be
saying?
honest? I don't think Barkley's taking his chance. Like
You don't think he's done it?
as a neutral, I don't. And the reason why I don't think he's taking his chances, I think you're happy to see him there because you're a Chelsea fan, and we know Barkley's not rubbish, and he's now giving it. But I think at that level, with that pressure, you've got to do better.
But what's he done bad?
He's doing what he's
done. He's done very well.
No. What's he done? Brilliant.
Listen, okay, not brilliant.
But that's what you're there to
But
do.
you're
You're not there to do stuff
brilliant
bad.
every week.
So you can't just judge. You can't.
Nah.
The
if you watch-
level
no,
can't be
I
based on
disagree with that.
someone's.
Ross Barkley was there in our midfield to do dog work, and he done that well.
Kante's a dog worker.
Yeah, no,
That's what I'm saying.
okay,
so
but-
let me explain.
so
What I'm saying is, he's not there to do bad. So you can't judge someone. The level can't be based on how bad they are because you're in that position. That's why I say he hasn't taken.
Well, he
hasn't
done
taken.
everything right.
I'm not saying he's done bad. That's why I say he hasn't taken the opportunity.
Yeah, but
Because he could have
I
done
think
better.
he has. I think he has in a sense. Yeah. Look, Kovacic is naturally clear, so it was always going to be Kovacic, Kante, and Jorginho. Yeah. I get what you mean. Even if he scored yesterday, Kovacic would still come in and move him out the team. But what I think
Kovacic moves him out the team because we saw what we saw yesterday, not because Kovacic just has that name. Because
Of course.
we see why.
Yeah, but okay. Me personally, I knew Kovacic was going to come in and ball.
Yeah.
But he's a baller. That's what he does.
But if Barkley had done that, maybe not. Does that make sense?
I get what you mean.
Like he had the chance to do that
he had
before
the chance to get
Kovacic
that,
came
but
in.
Yeah, you're
Like,
right.
and that's why I say he didn't take the chance. Not because he's bad or he's just he had the opportunity there to grab.
So do you think if he scored one of the 2 chances that he had, including the second one which he created for himself when he done that little flicker thing and then created the space to shoot from wide, yeah? Like if he scored one of those and Kovacic still came on and done that madness, do you still think Barkley didn't take his chance?
That chance.
Yes,
when Kante
I
played.
think he hasn't taken it. I don't think looking at Chelsea in the past 2 games, I don't look at it and go, Barkley's the difference, or Barkley's. But like I like to see Barkley because I actually like Barkley.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that he's getting his opportunity. But at Chelsea, at that level, with the players that are around you and that can potentially come in around
To
you,
go harder.
Yeah,
is that enough to command that position?
To go harder, man.
I hear that. Chelsea have
And
a
I
real
don't
problem.
know.
Well, anyway, like, you know what? Chelsea, I thought they were in more trouble than, like, at the start. At the start of the season, I predicted trouble for them. But you know what? Sarri, he's in the first 2 games, I've seen enough, man. He's going to have them okay. I don't think they'll challenge this season.
Yeah.
But I think it will add to what he's got. He'll get rid of the players he don't want.
Yeah.
You know, get 1 season under your belt. Someone that has had 1 season on the belt, or is it 2 now? Klopp. What we saying, man? Is it the time that Liverpool they must deliver with the? It's a culmination of years.
I don't know. It's tough because it's Liverpool. Like,
Everyone's
and
been saying
if you're
that.
not a Liverpool fan,
No, Liverpool fans even say that.
Yeah,
They
so
know.
when it's Liverpool, you know it's different. Like, because when you're playing the football they're playing, they get into a Champions League final. Like,
Yeah,
okay, they haven't
lost Salah,
got over
man.
it, but
They lost Salah that game, man.
do you know what I mean? Like,
What? Salah stays on the pitch, they win.
I can't say because it didn't happen. Innit?
All I would
But
say,
I think Salah.
if Liverpool
he's
was
a-
to
he's a
get rid
magician.
of Klopp, it would be ridiculous.
They'll never get rid of him now.
Like to say, he hasn't won a trophy, so you got like that's cool.
No,
Let's
they're
really
going
be
in the right
brutally
direction.
honest. Yeah,
Klopp's there to stay.
yeah. Let's be brutally honest. If Klopp was at any of our clubs doing what he's doing at Liverpool, no one's saying let's get rid of him,
Yeah.
regardless of if he won a trophy that next season or not.
Yeah.
You want him to win a trophy, and if he doesn't win a trophy, I'm sure you have all confidence in the near future he's going to win a trophy, given what he's been doing at Liverpool. So
I just want to see him tomorrow. I just want to see him tomorrow.
They beat Palace a couple times now.
Yeah.
Last couple times.
That's it. And for me personally, I know they've got a good team. I personally think that I reckon they're gonna win the league personally, but
You reckon they're gonna win the league?
I reckon they're gonna win the league.
Okay.
I said that. Okay, last season.
Hot take.
why do you not think
okay.
City are going to win the league?
Okay,
by the way?
this is it. Yeah, I looked at Liverpool last year. Yeah, the way they performed against Man City showed everyone that in a game against head to head, they're better than Man City.
Okay, but in the games
Yeah.
where they should have won at Anfield,
Okay.
that they didn't win, do you see them
I'm
winning
glad.
that
I'm
season?
glad you asked me that. Yeah, because me personally, I said last season if they sign a good goalkeeper, they're
Yeah.
gonna win the league.
Okay.
Because they needed a solid goalkeeper. Alisson is
Wait,
a top
so
keeper.
let me get this right. You think a goalkeeper was the difference between
Yes.
Man City and Liverpool in the Premier League last year?
No. It's not fair to
No,
ask
no,
a question
no,
like that.
No,
No,
he means
because
that's
it's
not
not
fair to
factor.
ask a question like
Not
that.
the factor, but
It's not
the
the
main
factor because I'm not talking about last season. Yeah,
Because even
And
look how Naby Keita's
Okay,
coming
so
now.
I'm saying
So-
they've done the recruitment. They've got Fabinho sent to there as well. People don't
They've got
mention him
depth
enough.
to their
They've
bench
got Naby Keita. They've got the depth. Sturridge is back at the club, so he's happy to fight for his place. Don't forget, if Sturridge starts firing again, this guy is a 20+ goals
That bench
a season.
That bench looks mad. So you got Shaqiri, Sturridge, you got
Fabinho, if he doesn't start,
Fabinho. It might be Wijnaldum there.
do you know what I'm
Boy,
saying? They've
This
got
is
the
what,
depth.
yeah, they're
they got
amazing.
depth now.
So-
So yeah, so I
But are
think,
they better than City?
nah.
Okay,
Oh,
well-
is this what we're
Okay.
saying?
No.
Are they
What
just
can
looking
City do that Liverpool can't do this season?
what they done last season and score more points and more goals and
That's my question.
Funny.
Okay, that's my question. Yeah, but the reason I say that,
Hey,
okay.
least fun over us today,
No,
man.
you got me there. Yeah, but okay, but by that, yeah, what I
Just
mean.
got asked by our colours, fam. You know what I'm saying?
no, you know that City were amazing.
I hear that,
Like,
yeah.
what? How
I
are
hear that.
Liverpool? Like Liverpool are a bad man team.
So wait, you're
they've
getting City for the league, yeah?
No, okay. I don't know who's going to win the league, you know, but I
Yeah,
can't
too
see
hard.
why City are going to lose the league, given what I saw last year and given how they're
Okay,
And
So-
given what I've seen on this documentary, I don't see how they lose.
And my opposite to that is I can see why Liverpool are going to win the league this year. That's it. I just see a lot of positives for Liverpool. That's
Liverpool
it.
are going to outscore and outpoint City.
Gee, don't forget De Bruyne is out for the next 3 months, bro. De Bruyne's out for the next 3 months. Yeah, that's a massive.
If
factor.
Liverpool have a good
Let
head
me
start,
explain, yeah.
let me ask you. If I ask you this question in December, yeah, and Liverpool have had a good head start, De Bruyne is just coming back, but Liverpool are like 8 points clear of City. It's looking like Liverpool won the league, innit? Or you reckon City still would
in
get
December. No, of course it doesn't. Liverpool have never won the league.
that? Yeah, they throw it away,
Okay,
innit?
like it's not that they're going to throw it away. What I'm saying is, they're not champions.
Gee.
City are champions.
Okay.
So I have more confidence of City being 8 points behind Liverpool and
Yeah,
winning the
yeah.
league than Liverpool being 8 points behind.
yeah.
Than Liverpool being 4 points behind City and winning the league.
I hear that.
So that's because they're champions. So I can't see anything. Okay, De Bruyne is going to be out. That's
They'll
going to
bring
be a
in
huge
Bernardo,
loss.
they'll bring in
But
someone.
they're City. That's not my point. Like,
Yeah.
When I said earlier they got a bit of a fake team, that's what I mean.
When
Like,
they
regardless
missed
of
Mendy,
the
they
man
didn't
them
really
is still
miss
there.
Yeah.
Like, if Pep was left right now
Yeah.
and they had to carry on, it's not as if like, oh my gosh, how are we even going to compete? Like they've got guys there. Obviously,
I get what you
Pep
mean.
being there is the added factor. But
Of course, but okay. The way if you watch Jurgen Klopp at Dortmund, yeah, and the way everyone thought Bayern Munich are definitely going to win the league. Same way everyone's saying City is definitely going to win the league. It's the same situation, and he built a solid Dortmund team, around Lewandowski when Goetze came through. Knew he saw him, them man there. Yeah, and now he's got the exact same thing at Liverpool. He's got Mo Salah. Yeah, this guy maniac from last year. Yeah. He's got Firmino. He's got Mane. So he's got the attacking threat. And then attacking threat that showed up City last year.
Yeah. Then he's got
and now he's
this is my point. They didn't
for the spine.
No, they didn't show up City. They beat City in head to head.
That's what
but
I'm
we're
saying.
not talking about head to head.
Of course.
So if you say they're going to beat them in all the other cup competitions, it's very different.
No, okay.
But you're giving that comparison to a whole league.
No, what I'm saying,
you do compare the leagues. It's not even comparable.
This is why I said if they sign a good goalkeeper, I think Liverpool are going to win the league because consistently, if you look at the amount of times Karius or Mignolet costed Liverpool games.
At Anfield as
well. Don't forget they've got Van Dijk now as well. Yeah, let's look at when Van Dijk came into that Liverpool team. Look how everything has changed.
But they had Van Dijk last year.
No, yeah, exactly. And look, and they got to a Champions League final. They got to a Champions League final. They were nowhere near that Champions League final before Van Dijk came.
No, he's amazing. No, I'm not
He's the
denying
best
how
centre-back in
good
the league.
Liverpool are. Let me make this clear. I'm not trying to say Liverpool are bad. I'm just trying to compare that to the standard that's currently there.
Yes, and I think they match. I genuinely think they match. I genuinely think they've got the depth this year. And they've got the quality this year to finish off teams.
But have they got the
Listen, we all know. Do you know why I don't think they do?
Why not?
Because I don't think they've got a striker that scores enough goals.
They've got Mo Salah there,
Okay,
bro.
whoa. They have got Mo Salah. But if they go and add a 20-year goal, 30-year goal season in replacement of Firmino, then it might be different.
Firmino in the system, he's there for that reason.
He's key.
He's not there to get 40 goals. He's there to link the play. That's why in the World Cup, sorry to side note, in the World Cup, people are saying Firmino should have gone instead of...
He's only there not to get 40 goals because they ain't got that man there.
No, but that's... Okay, why do you need a striker to get...
Because he scored them the year before.
Listen, okay.
Who's going to say we don't want him?
What you're saying is making no sense, yeah? What you're saying is making no sense, yeah? Because, all right, let's say you get this striker to score that has a record of scoring 30, 40 plus goals a season, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. If you look at how many goals Salah scored because of Firmino, yeah? How do you know that the striker you bring is going to be able to do that for Salah?
Do you know why? Because you try and bust it. So you
try and bust it.
Let me explain. Yeah, of course you do.
Yeah, but why would you try and bust something when you have something that's already getting you and producing you the amount of goals that's producing
to try
already?
and get to the standard that Man City are at and that no one's ever been at before, and that's the standard you've got to compete with. So the reason why Barca can go and get Suarez, and you could have said that about all the strikers that come before Suarez. But when all three of them were there, they were bussing, and it looked mad.
Look at this. City,
it looked mad. If
Sterling got 19 in the league,
yeah.
I think it was. Sane came with a few, and then who's the other winger? Gabriel Jesus. But Aguero still got 20 plus.
Yeah.
So that's what he's talking about. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
In the sense of... No, that's what he's talking about. This is what he's
All
saying. Basically, you should have... Even if Salah's scoring, to have another player...
But Firmino and Mane are scoring.
No, but let me explain.
I don't get it.
But what you're saying is that's good and that's enough. What I'm saying is that's good and that's clearly not enough. So if you do have someone there, then in my eyes, they have a much better position.
No, it wasn't. You can't say it wasn't enough because Mo Salah was the top goal scorer.
It wasn't enough.
Who are you thinking of?
Because they didn't win the league.
Give me a player.
So if let's say if they went out and they got someone that went and got Icardi numbers or Dybala numbers from that position.
Okay.
Or just a central
what you mean.
forward that scores goals.
Now let's take it back then.
Like,
Let's
who's
take it
in that
back.
position?
Would you say Liverpool didn't win the league last year because they didn't score enough goals? Or would you say it's because they conceded too many goals that they shouldn't have conceded?
I think it's a matter of both. I think if they scored more goals and conceded less goals, they would have had a better chance of winning the league. But I can't say them not scoring more goals would have given them a better chance of winning the league.
Well, look, the way I see it,
because the alternative is because it's almost like you're saying Salah can't be Salah and Mane can't be Mane without Firmino, and I don't believe that to be the case.
So you don't think Firmino is good enough?
No, I don't think he's good enough for what they need to compete with. I think it's very, very good.
Aguero, they got double.
I think
What
it's
you're saying
amazing.
makes no sense in the sense that Salah was the top goal scorer of the league. He outscored Aguero and Jesus.
Of course.
Yeah, but there was no one. Okay, what was the number under him?
Firmino. Okay, let's check Firmino's record then. Let's check
Aye,
Firmino and Mane.
Put it up.
Because I can't see. Yeah,
Put it up.
I cannot.
Rick started to put up.
Yeah. I
don't need to
see
check his
goals
record.
being a problem.
Do you know why I don't need to check his record? Let's say if Liverpool went and got Harry Kane.
Pressure.
They might do much better. In my eyes, they have a better chance.
If Liverpool got Kane?
No, I'm not saying Kane specifically.
You've changed
Someone
the whole
with Kane's
setup
goals.
of that team.
No, let me explain. Someone with Kane's goals. If you have goals in that position,
But it has to play the clock way. Because look, Sturridge was a goal scorer before. Okay, he wasn't getting mad numbers, yeah. But if you notice that Klopp took him out because he's got that centre forward way of thinking.
Whereas 15 goals.
For me, 15 goals isn't enough.
Okay,
No,
wait,
it's
no,
not
let's do this.
position.
Yeah, let's do this, yeah. So Salah was on how many goals? 32. And Firmino was on what?
15.
Okay. That's a 7-goal difference. So that, what was...
Aguero was on 21.
and under him?
Was on 18. Jesus on 13.
Quick maths.
Yeah, but Jesus on 13. How many money? Money's down there, 16.
He's done that 10, G. Money got 10.
put it this way. Okay, let me put it this way. Okay.
Inconclusive.
If Liverpool bought Aubameyang, I think they have a better chance of winning the league.
Yes. That's what exactly.
Firmino.
That's exactly.
So that's what I'm trying to say. If they get a player that can score them goals, they put themselves in a
I'll
better
tell you why.
position.
The only reason why I don't agree with that, yeah, is because I think that
And
Liverpool,
by the way, Aubameyang's playing under Klopp.
yeah.
So
Okay,
he does have to
I
play.
get you. Yeah.
Aubameyang scored
Look, the way I
10
see
goals
it,
in 13 games now.
listen, Liverpool scored enough goals. I think Liverpool scored enough goals to win, to win a league. Yeah. Look, you don't need to
Okay.
score.
No, they
You don't need to
didn't.
score the most goals. Hold on, wait. You don't
No,
need to
shall I
score.
tell you what they did?
Wait.
Because they didn't win the game.
Go to the league and check how many
If
goals.
they scored enough goals in all their matches, they would have won all the matches.
No,
Go to the
you can't
league,
say that.
the
Because if
table.
they didn't concede as many goals as they conceded, they wouldn't have lost. They wouldn't have lost some of the matches that they lost.
No, of course, no. But I'm not blaming all their goals. I'm not blaming their entire season on not scoring enough goals. And that's not what. But you're blaming their
you
entire
are.
season. No, I'm
blaming-
not.
yeah, I'm blaming-
I'm saying that's the difference. What I believe would give them let them win. Like I'm saying, they need to glue up the back. Of course they do.
I'm saying,
but if they had that up front as well,
I'm saying
and you're saying
they scored enough goals, yeah, to win a league season. Not last season, because you don't need to. You winning a league is not based on how many goals you. It's not based on scoring the most goals in the league. Do you get what I'm saying? They scored enough goals to win a league. They scored enough goals to win games.
And that's why
they conceded.
that's why they said the keeper saves you 15 points.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I completely agree that they didn't. The defense was a problem. But
It was
that's
the
not
main
going to
problem.
change. That's not going to stop me from saying someone who scores more goals than Firmino for me will be more effective.
Okay.
And you're saying that the other stuff Firmino does, risk reward means that it's better him doing that stuff and not getting those goals.
What I'm
And
saying
it's
is
cool.
Liverpool's priority should have been the areas that they strengthened, which is the defence and the spine of their midfield, which they done. Naby Keita, Fabinho, and then they got Alisson there. Van Dijk came in January, so with that four, them four added to Mane, Salah and Firmino's goals. I think that's enough to win more games than Man City this season. That's what I'm saying.
Alright,
fair
so
enough.
we'll see how it goes
Fair
anyway. We'll see where we'll see. We'll be here.
Based on what City's done, I can't see.
Well, I
Guys.
think De Bruyne is going to be a big miss.
Because they done more than anyone has ever done before.
That's last year when they had De Bruyne fit and they had Aguero fit for as many games. Whatever, it was a different
Aguero was
situation.
out at the end of the season.
Yeah, and Liverpool didn't have Van Dijk for the whole season last season. I'm telling you, Van Dijk made a massive difference from January. Hence why they got to a Champions League final. And now they bolstered that by adding a serious goalkeeper and two serious midfielders. And they've got Sturridge back as well, who's going to be fighting for his place. I think that they've got enough this season to win enough games and win more games than Man City this season. Just based on that. That's just my thoughts. But anyway, we'll see how they get on.
Hold on.
tomorrow.
Yeah, tables. We're trying to find out how many goals Liverpool conceded. It's coming now. Hold on. So Liverpool conceded. How many goals, Rooks? Away.
Check both, man. Home and away.
Shit, 38.
38. They scored 84. City scored 106. Blood clot.
How many Man City concede?
27.
And
So
how many? What's the difference?
Where?
So it's not
79
even
and
comparable, that-
46.
What's the
Oh,
difference?
City went They went
If
Super
City
Saiyan last
conceded the
season.
goals Liverpool conceded, and Liverpool conceded the goals City conceded, they wouldn't have won the league. Based
Anyway.
on the point, based on the difference.
Let's move on, man.
So
What?
what-
Wait, you can't say that. Because
No, you
Let's
can't.
But yeah, it's a good debate.
Yeah, good debate. We'll see what happens in it. So, any more football stuff to talk about? Because I want to talk about something else.
One more thing. Yeah. Performances over the weekend.
Okay.
Anyone stand out for you, man?
What in terms of the Premier League?
Any game. Is there anyone that stood out for you guys? Because I personally got a few that I think we should watch out for.
I liked. Can I just shout out a couple? Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked Trippier. Obviously, he's established, but I liked him. I was watching the Tottenham match. I think he played well. Madison for Leicester.
Yeah, he was one of my. He's one of my.
He did okay.
Yeah.
Fulham got a new player. I can't remember his name. Sorry, man. Some African baller.
And
Right.
Yeah, he was decent.
Yeah.
Just close that whole website.
Yeah, pop ups.
Yeah, pop ups and that. Sorry, guys. You know, we're still coming up. Second episode. Don't worry, we'll soon be in the studio. But yeah, so what was I saying? I don't know what I was saying now. What was I saying?
You're talking about footballers.
Oh yeah. So who stood that for you?
Yeah, the guy from Fulham first of all.
Sissy?
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's who you're talking about. But yeah, I think looking at Fulham, their side this season, it was a shame they obviously lost against Tottenham, but I think their whole side's going to do well.
That's 2 L's now.
Yeah, no, it's 2 L's on the bounce. It's 2 L's on the bounce, but I think they got a good enough squad to stay up. Sesson
I hope they stay up. I like Fulham, man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good.
good,
I'm
they
good to
look
see
good as
Sesson
well.
Young.
They've
Yeah,
invested
involved
in
in the
them.
goal.
Yeah,
Yeah, Fulham and
Wolves.
Wolves. Yeah,
Oh
Wolves.
gosh, never.
They're beautiful to watch.
I like their manager.
Yeah,
Yeah, their
beautiful
manager.
to watch. And there's another one more young guy I just want to give a shout out to. Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed him, Brooks from
Bournemouth. Oh my. Oh,
Listen,
gosh.
you've got the eye. He's got the eye.
He
He's got the eye.
just gets
got
in
the
their
eye.
faces. He
He's got the eye.
hasn't scored yet.
You've got the eye.
He looks like he's a kid.
Indeed, you got to say he looks young or whatever, but listen, the guy's intelligence on the pitch, his movement, the way he's coming to the ball and passing, and
What position?
He's basically playing like a cam, like a attacking midfielder. Do you know what I'm saying? He had a few attempts on goal.
Okay.
Like I didn't know if anyone noticed him. Innit? I just
His attempts were like, it was his man doing it as well.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, we're going to put, you know how Arsenal clearly played the system and the balls come back, and it wasn't that sort of attempt like an Aubameyang type attempt. It was like a
fashioning
turn
for
back.
himself.
Fashioning
Fashioning for himself.
Yeah.
Fashioning for himself. So
I
had to give Brooks a shout out, man. I think he played well.
Obviously, a shout out to Gundozi as well.
Oh, Guendouzi, of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
Guendouzi,
Your guy.
Guendouzi,
Yeah, man. He did make a few mistakes, but I think that just comes from age. That comes from age. But he recovered.
I think when he learns to speed up his play as well, he's going to
Yeah.
be phenomenal. The moment he does.
Indeed.
When Kovacic came on, it showed like
The levels.
I was watching it. I was
Yeah.
watching everything else, saying that that's if you look at what he just done, that's the difference. So I don't know how gas Chelsea fans are getting.
That's a gap.
But I would be getting mad gas right
Yeah,
now.
I'm super gassed, man. I just think that that whole midfield.
I'm gonna watch this book, guy. I just checked. Bournemouth's next game is Everton at home, so is that going?
Everton are going to be.
And obviously
be good
Richarlison
this
as
year.
well.
Richarlison's been,
scored
he's
again.
impressed me, you know.
And
Scored
they've
again.
got that
I didn't
manager
think-
that they spent the money
Yeah.
on.
I like him.
They bidded
yeah.
the money. They spent and because that whole do we know if they're still going through with that? The
Yeah, they
corporate
are. I
season?
think. Yeah.
But they spent all that money on.
It's
Richarlison
worth it.
apparently, so they can silence the.
Oh, they agreed and then they'll
You know that
stop
what
it.
United done with
Yeah.
Tottenham with Berbatov.
I like
You know, when Berbatov's going to go City in it,
like
and then
that,
United
man.
just nabbed him and Tottenham
I
complained.
like that.
And then United bidded more money and Tottenham said, "Okay, we're not going to
I
complain."
love that, fam. It's football. It's football. You get
Yeah.
me? That's what happens. But yeah, what you not saying? Any more football stuff?
Yeah, nah, I'm good from.
Cool. That was a good football segment, guys. In the intro again. Once again, as you know, this is a sports podcast, so it's not just football. We do all sports. You know, I bring on guys on the show that have basketball knowledge, UFC knowledge, MMA knowledge, like boxing knowledge. But this week we're going to talk about boxing. So, hey, what did you see the video? Tyson Fury boxing it out with Saunders in Nando's. None of you have seen it.
You mean Dillian White?
No, Wilder's.
Wilder,
Wilder came over to Belfast for the
yeah.
promo of the Fury fight, which we're going to talk about. And he was in Nando's, and he said to Saunders, "Yeah, what was that racist shit you were saying?" And then Saunders said, "Yeah, I said it." And then they kicked off. And then I think Saunders threw some hot sauce at Wilder, and he Wilder chased him out.
I almost don't want to give Saunders any energy.
Oh, them ones.
It's that, you know.
He's a good boxer though.
Saunders, he's a very good boxer, especially in that fight against Lemieux.
Yeah.
And he done good against obviously Juventus Junior.
He made Lemieux look like I don't know. Lemieux was he looked like 2 seconds off the pace.
the best I've ever seen Saunders fight, if I'm being honest. And so you can't take much away from him, but let's be honest, he's pulled out of 2 fights injured.
Yeah.
So, and he always does it.
You need to
He's
get
now
that.
he's now obligated to fight. What's the guy's name under Eddie Hearn now from America?
Eddie Hearn's
Demetrius Andrade.
Oh.
3 years. That's so. What happened was, they didn't think Andrade wanted to fight.
Who's Andrade's last fight?
Oh, I can't remember. Andrade's good though. Andrade's good. He
Yeah.
just had promotional problems.
Okay.
Basically, he was a hot prospect from America for one of their Olympics, and then but he's good. He's signed to Eddie Hearn,
Yeah.
and Eddie Hearn put him on a show coming up. But he's the number 1 for Saunders. So they thought they were smart, Saunders' team, so they said, "Oh, we're calling mandatory now." So like, so we got, and they thought he was going to duck the fight because they already had a fight where he was going to get paid, and then Eddie Hearn said, "No, we're not doing that. We'll fight."
Take it.
Yeah, we'll fight. Let's make this happen. So then it went to purse bids, and then they decided they're not going to do purse bids, and Eddie Hearn's just going to do it.
Who you think wins that?
I like Andrade, you know. I'm not going to lie to you. I do like Andrade. I've watched him for a long time, so I like Andrade, and I know Billy Joe Saunders can be terrible. Like he fought very good against Lemieux, but I think Lemieux allowed him to look that good. I think generally at that level, you shouldn't be allowed to look that good if you're Billy Joe Saunders.
I respect Billy Joe Saunders' ability, but I don't have a liking to him, man. Since the Eubank fight, Eubank Jr., because that was my first proper like. I don't know. He just rubbed me the wrong way, but yeah. It is what it is. But yeah, so Wilder was in Belfast. Get me, hit the strip. He said, I'm local. He pulled up to Tyson Fury's weigh-in, you know, and Tyson Fury's dad was getting it into him. Like, he was like, yeah, we doing it. Like, you know, this is my son's champion of the world, blah, blah. Wilder looked comfortable. He was like 4-man. Get me, just pulled up. I think he even shook Fury's hand. And then obviously, he's come to the end of the fight. Fury won. That was no surprise, was it?
Yeah.
No, he's meant to win. I mean,
silly fight. Innit? I don't know if someone else was doing that, they'll get blazed.
Yeah.
I can't stand people saying Fury is a lineal heavyweight champion of the world.
He didn't lose it though.
But that doesn't. Hold up. He didn't lose it, but he gave up his titles, retired, and got fouled on drugs. Then came back and fought people that nobody knew. He's clearly not fighting as a lineal champion. Like, how can you say it's lineal? He's not. What is he showing as lineal?
Boy, but his next fight, that's all out of the way because he's fighting Deontay Wilder.
Yes,
man.
it's happening.
They squared up in the ring.
It's happening.
Let's get this thing. And side note, guys, this is an example, yeah, of when two willing parties are involved. There's no politics. There's no business talk. Let's get this thing cracking. AJ and Wilder, the fight that we all want to see.
Harsh.
Nah, man, because
you can't say
you see how quick this deal's been made.
Yeah,
do you want to fight? Yeah. Do you want to fight? Yeah.
Okay, I agree. By the way, I completely agree. However,
AJ, bruv, come on, bruv.
No. But I agree. By the way, that was shady how they moved, and I think it was for different reasons. I think it was Hearn doing it.
Let's get
for
into it, bro. This is boxing talk.
So I think basically Eddie Hearn was the orchestrator behind that whole thing. I think he didn't give Wilder's team a date for a specific reason because he wanted AJ to fight his first fight on DAZN so he could sell AJ to the American market and DAZN can build a huge platform from there.
DAZN?
That's the new streaming platform, so everyone in America that Eddie Hearn's got the £1 billion deal for. Yeah, he signed.
That boxing streaming.
Yeah, he signed mad people. Hence why he signed Andrade, what we was talking about earlier on.
Eddie.
He's making mad moves.
Eddie B.
So I think that's why. So, and I think Wilder's team kind of peeked onto that, so asked for the date. Hearn still didn't give the date, then randomly said, "Oh well, the WBO, I think it was WBO, have said that we need to fight mandatory." So I think it was all awkward, and then tried to obligate him by saying, "No, we've got 2 dates, sign a deal." And then, so don't get me wrong, I think it was business on that side, but you can't say 2 winning because I think AJ's winning.
Do you think he's willing? Does
explain.
AJ want it?
No, let me explain. There's a difference between wanting it and knowing your value as well.
Okay.
Because AJ should.
There's nothing wrong with knowing your value.
Fury and Wilder can do a 50-50 because they're not bringing that much to the table in New York or in Vegas.
Yeah.
Now, if AJ's fighting, his value, the fight goes up in value
100%.
because of AJ. So his worth in that fight should go up. Let's not get gassed on emotion. This is a business.
But Wilder was saying,
they're selling a product to us.
Wilder was saying, I'll give you the bigger person with that though.
Eventually.
Yeah, okay. So then
and now Wilder's not saying that.
You don't want the bigger person?
Now he's saying, oh no, now it's got to be 50-50. But this is...
Okay, if Wilder beats Fury, which I think he's going to do, because we're going to get into the breakdown of that fight soon, yeah? If he beats Fury, okay, he's beat a top heavyweight. The linear champion, quote.
The guy that everyone's saying AJ.
So does the fight purse change a bit? Or does it still go by attendance, like what you're bringing in box office?
It's definitely based on value. Because this
but
is based on emotion.
What's value is what I'm trying to get at. Is the value... Okay, he's just beat Fury. He's beat Ortiz. He's a champion. Yeah. Is there value in that, or is there no value in that in terms of it's just basically about box office?
Well, no. There's value in there.
Pay-per-view.
But that in comparison, because it's all about money at the end of the day. If you're the owner of this business, let's make this absolutely clear. You're going to put a fight on. and you're controlling AJ, you're controlling Wilder. There's much more value in you getting a higher, like, if you're AJ, you should get the higher cut, 100%.
Yeah.
Like there's no question in this,
Yeah, but
and you've put the work in to put yourself in a position to get the higher cut.
Okay.
So why now should you do it? Because somebody thinks that they're worth more.
What work have you put in?
You've fought for many different titles.
Talk to me, because this is what I'm trying to get at. You're saying he's worked for it, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
If you're saying financially, Eddie Hearn's done a great job. He's worked for it.
Okay,
Eddie Hearn has done that.
Okay.
But if you're talking about work for it,
No, AJ done it. Let me explain why AJ done it. So he won the Olympics, which put him in a position to choose his promoter. He chose a promoter. They've done well in promoting him. He then, very early on, fought for a world title.
Against?
The moment he fought for, again, it doesn't matter. The reason why it doesn't matter for him is because that's who the champion was. So he can't choose the champion.
okay.
So that's who he has to fight.
Yeah.
So he then fought the world title. Now, at that moment, I was like, oh my gosh, now they're going to just pluck him along. And I didn't think he was going to fight at world level. What he has done has fought nothing but world level opponents. Every single opponent, pretty much. He might have had one, like, kind of lower sort of opponent, but generally world level opponents. Unseen. I'm not like an AJ Gas guy, but it's unseen.
No, I respect that because
no fighter
like,
has done
if,
this.
if you compare Wilder or Floyd, all the boxers that we like, that we watch, their first fights are padded. Correct. Like AJ still had padded fights, yeah,
but
it wasn't.
He won that title.
No, but yeah, exactly. So
he's only fought world
from
level
when he's gone
opponents.
pro, he's gone quicker. He's gone there quicker than Deontay Wilder's had 40 fights and he's padded like.
But it's
quite
not
a
even
few.
that. It's when you're world champion, the caliber of fights you're having. So you can be world champion and fight Chisora. This is not a world caliber fight. Is that like Klitschko fought Chisora, the other Klitschko, Vitali? That's not a
Is
caliber.
Ortiz world caliber?
Ortiz is because he put himself in a position to be top ranked, so you can't deny that.
Okay,
Although,
so who else was world caliber that AJ fought other than Klitschko?
so Parker,
Parker's world caliber, okay.
he was
Champion,
champion.
yeah, okay.
That Martin.
So would you?
Martin
I'm gonna,
was world
okay.
champion.
So what do you think? Do you rate Steven? Not rate him like Steven.
Absolutely not, but he was champion.
You don't rate him.
No, absolutely not. I think he's awful.
Okay.
But he was champion, so I can't fault.
So what I'm trying to
Wilder
get
for
is
that
this
fight.
this
But what I can
hard
fault
work
Wilder
that AJ's
for-
gone through. Wilder's gone through somewhat.
No, he
might
hasn't.
not be the same.
No. Then this
might
is
not be the same
difference.
way.
No, this is the difference. It's not this. It's not even the same caliber of fighters. So if you're fighting fighters in the top 5 and the top 8, and other people fighting fighters in the top 18, it's not. That's what I mean when I say caliber. Like,
Who wins this fight then? Let's get to it. Wilder AJ. I know I didn't even plan to go this, but I want to hear Lee's.
I've got to be honest, yeah. I never thought Wilder would beat very much anybody when he actually fought, because I think if you look at Wilder fight and you look at Wilder get hit, you realise that it's a big problem. Now I get it. They've put him in a place where he's not going to get hit. And so I get the hype. This is why they've put him here. So now they're going to get the big fight. They're going to get the big money.
He's not going to get hit in terms of what? The fighters that he's fighting against?
Yeah.
Ortiz wasn't a mad puncher.
This is the last fight he's had.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the
look
way
what
out now.
happened to him.
So
Yeah, but look what happened to AJ when he fought a puncher.
Yeah. Okay.
He got rocked by a
what do you
Wilder.
mean a puncher? No.
Not a puncher, I'm talking about-
You're now making it out as if Ortiz and Klitschko, they're the only two level. No. AJ's put himself in a position to fight much better opponents for that to happen.
No. I'm literally only going by that statement there about you can't take a punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what? Like, guys, are we not?
Okay.
Listen, AJ got dropped. Yeah, he came back and won.
Yeah.
Wilder, he got saved by the bell. He nearly got dropped. He didn't get dropped, but he was mad. He was in trouble.
Yeah.
He came back. He won.
Yeah.
Don't you put AJ and Wilder about
No,
the same?
because
Well,
you're comparing two fights.
And you're comparing-
I'm comparing two fighters. So this has happened in a fight. I look at other fights as well. So Wilder hasn't put himself in any kind of position to have anything like that happen to him, and I get why he
Yeah,
hasn't.
but wait, that's criticism.
Of course, that's criticism.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
Do you not see it?
Of
No,
course,
but-
that's criticism.
I remember when I said it to you. Yeah. Listen, me personally. Yeah. When you hear the way people describe AJ's power, it's like people like Ortiz can't even come close. Yeah. And the way I see it, is Wilder is not going to be able to take an AJ punch.
Wait, have you seen Wilder's one punch knockout?
Wilder will sleep AJ, by the way.
He will sleep AJ. Let's not get over
Let me
this. They can
explain.
sleep each other. That's what
AJ's a better boxer,
exactly.
so puts himself in a better position to sleep
what I'm
Wilder in my
saying?
eyes. And Wilder can't take a punch.
Is Fury a
And
good
it's-
boxer?
I think Fury is a good.
So
but
we're
I
gonna
didn't
see
rate. By
after
the way,
this fight.
I will say I didn't rate Fury. By the way,
So yeah,
I don't really rate Fury.
I don't
that
rate Fury,
much.
but I know he's a boxer. So
But
let's
people say
see
he's a boxer.
what we say.
But I
about-
think Wilder's gonna sleep Fury.
Yeah.
Okay,
same.
that's what I'm about to get to. So you think Wilder's gonna sleep Fury, a
Yeah.
boxer?
Yeah.
So then what are we? I'm saying all I'm going
Because I
by
don't
is
think
as
Fury
you're
can sleep
praising.
Wilder.
No,
Does that make sense?
Yeah. But
So if that boxer had AJ power, then I might say something different. But I don't think Fury's gonna
Fury
sleep.
can't
Well, I
take
think
him out.
Wilder will catch Fury.
Fury
and
can't
he-
take. Yeah.
Fury got knocked down by a cruiserweight in
Yeah,
Cunningham.
that was- yeah,
Do you
that
know what I
was
mean? He
terrible.
punched himself in the like. Fury's. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't rate Fury, but
He can't take-
Don't
he
get me
can't
wrong.
take-
He went there and won a
I
title.
want Wilder to put on a show.
Yeah, no, but
I
this is it,
really
though.
want him to put on a show against Fury.
Bro, this is the
I
thing
want
though.
him to-
Like,
I want him
I
to
think
knock him
Deontay has done great business here.
He
Great
has.
business because
He's hustled
It's
to get- he's
basically
done what he should do.
Yeah, because he's basically saying, "I'm gonna take out the guy that AJ's dodging." Do you get what I'm saying? Like, because that Fury AJ fight, how many people are saying, "Oh, yeah, we want to see that after
Go
Wilder"?
back. Even Ortiz. You won't say that AJ ducks Ortiz.
How did that? How could he have ducked him? All he has done is fought top opponents and his mandatories.
No. But wait,
Including Page.
because I swear I heard even brought Ortiz to Matchroom Sport.
Because he had 2 mandatories, and then he tried to promote match in the same way that they've just now done.
He wasn't
with-
going to put them together to fight, though, innit?
How can you
Fury and
say this?
AJ. He wasn't going to do that, man.
But he had mandatories, 2 at the same time.
Ortiz is,
and he fulfilled one of them.
Ortiz is the most ducked heavyweight. I don't care. He's the most ducked because they know the risk assessment.
I
You're
think
not
that's
really
hard-
going to reward.
I think that's
but
harsh
there's
to
a lot
say.
to risk.
I think that's harsh to say because when you look at Ortiz's fight, if you look at his Malik Scott fight, if you actually look at his fights, they haven't been that great. Some of them, okay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
that.
Even against Dave Allen,
Yeah.
like he didn't sleep Dave Allen. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
It didn't happen. Like, he stopped him. Don't get me wrong. Dave Allen said that's the hardest fight he's ever been. He stopped him. It was tough, but I think that when you look at Wilder's face when he gets hit, and he's getting hit by people that he shouldn't even be getting hit by, and his face is like that, and I think when you step up,
Molina had
and
a
he
ro-
stepped up once, and we saw what happened. He's only ever done it once because Stavern wasn't never at that level. He was a champion, and you have to beat the champion.
Yeah.
But after that, we saw the route he's taken, and the route he's taken is fighting nobodies to just maintain.
So Tyson Fury is not a
maintain.
step up, no?
No, it is. It's a massive step up.
And if he wins-
Whoa. Tyson Fury would have been a huge step up. We don't know where Tyson Fury's at right now.
Yeah, it's true.
We have no idea what level Tyson
Yeah,
Fury's
yeah, I
at.
think-
He
think
just
he
fought a
was.
10-rounder. He's not even fought championship level since he's been back.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
Wilder
he's just
speaking, this is a
10 rounds he
perfect
just
time.
done yesterday.
This is perfect time for me to fight you, boy.
Of course, Tyson, and yeah, it's perfect. So
Yeah.
I think he's going to sleep him. I think based on that, he's going to command more money from the AJ fight. We'll probably get a couple % extra, but I think the fight will earn extra. So I think everyone will be a bit happier. If I'm being honest.
How much do you think this Tyson Fury and Wilder fight is going to earn?
Where they doing it?
Very little.
Where they doing it?
Very little.
Very little.
Where they doing it?
It's either I don't know. They said
Manchester,
either Vegas
right?
or no. It's going to be in America.
It's gonna be
Either
America.
Vegas or New York. But I think I don't think it's going to do that great.
I think
When I
it's
say
gonna be a
very
big
little,
fight.
sorry,
I think it'll be a
very
big
little in comparison to.
No, don't compare it. Just
No, don't compare it into like. I'm not saying compare it to like an AJ to AJ. or
Okay,
whatever.
so
But I think it's going to be
think
very.
it's
That's
big.
why I say it's great business because the way I see it, don't forget
they're going to make money.
The Americans-
it's a very
yeah,
good business.
you know what I'm saying?
It's
The
the
Americans-
best business Wilder could have done. He couldn't have fought anyone
That's
that's
it.
going to sell the fight better than Fury. So
Hey,
it's,
Lee, man. I like your boxing talk, man. No, I like Lee's boxing talk. Definitely come
Yeah,
on
I
the
do like
podcast
boxing.
again. when we have a couple, because AJ fights Povetkin, so we'll be here that Sunday as well, and probably come out on Monday. Canelo, GG, yeah, you know your stuff. Wait, so that let me ask you then. This is something different because I know Shawn Porter's fighting Danny Garcia on 8th of September, I believe.
Yeah.
Do you rate any of those two? I'm
I
a
rate-
big.
I
I'm
rate
DC
Garcia fan. I do rate
I'm
Garcia.
a big DG man.
But I think Porter.
I
is-
hate him. Not I hate him.
I think he's just the he's the high end mediocre level.
Oh, he's
basically.
just his boxing style
Does
is
that make
just.
sense? I think he had that knockout of Malignaggi that's made him look like he's Superman.
Yeah.
And they were saying he's a young Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
We've seen he's not. And
he just hounds you,
but
man.
he gets fights. Like whoever his promoter is in his team, I take my hat off.
How
to
do you
them.
see that fight going though?
'Cause-
Because Danny Garcia is a very reserved fighter. Like he waits and then he doesn't throw in bunches. But then Porter is just non-stop on your chest. His head on your chest. He's just following you everywhere.
Yeah.
No time to breathe. He gave who was it? Adrian Broner issues that way. Like he just stayed on his chest. He didn't let him go nowhere. So with Garcia, yeah, but with Garcia, what can you get over that?
So I think he's good enough to beat Garcia, definitely. Like you can't say that he's going to lose that, definitely. But Garcia should be winning that. For Garcia to be at the level he's at, and he didn't. I can't remember who that fight was. Against. It wasn't that good.
No, who, Garcia?
Yeah, his last fight. Who was that
I can't remember, but it was
Yeah, it wasn't that good. It really wasn't.
He needs a big one. But the fight when I was impressed with Garcia was Lucas Matisse. Because I remember Matisse, everyone was saying, yeah, this guy is a killer. And it was an undercard of the Floyd fight, I remember. And he fought and he won. I was like, yeah, this guy, man, he's definitely here.
Garcia is good.
Yeah, he's good.
But I think that division's up for grabs because I think listen, Sam, I think a lot of them are just a bit lazy. Like they're comfortable with their deals, how they're in. You know that this whole HBO and them getting paid all this money from what's the guy's name? Al Heyman, and it's all good and
big
like,
Al.
Listen, take my hat off to the hustle. You have to take your hat to the hustle. But as a fan, like what does that mean for me right now? I'm seeing mediocre fights.
But let me ask you, like, because this might before we wrap up, because we're gonna wrap up now. You're a boxing fan, I can tell. So how do you the state of boxing? Like, what do you think?
I think it's amazing. I think boxing's in a great place, and the reason why I think boxing's in a great place is because UFC could have easily taken over. It could have easily taken over, but I think there are certain characters in boxing that have allowed it to grow, and I think the fact that you've got people like Eddie Hearn doing what he's doing, I think the fact that you've now got Frank Warren doing what he's doing let's face facts, when we're talking about this Fury fight, Frampton fought as well, and it was a stadium fight. This is 25,000 people.
But let me ask you: is this the boxing doing well, or is this UFC not fulfilling? Because UFC, when Dana White sold the company for however much it was,
but it
took a hit.
But boxing can't control that. Do you see what I'm saying? Boxing can only do what boxing can do.
That's what I'm saying. I don't necessarily think.
And their moves are doing well. Like Eddie Hearn taking steps to go to America, and signing all these good fighters and. Like boxing's especially where we're standing at now in Britain.
Yeah, but
boxing's in an amazing place.
Yeah.
So obviously America's got to step it up a bit, and their promoters are a bit. They're a bit old and Eddie Hearn will change the game. You'll see.
But yeah, man, guys.
Will change the game.
Listen, it's been a good one. I've actually enjoyed this, man. I wasn't really looking forward to it because United lost, and I was just it's fresh. Like literally, we're just doing this after the game. And I was thinking, oh man, but you know what? This has been a good one. I've enjoyed it. Thanks for having you guys on, Shawn. Listen, guys, we've got a Team Talk football show coming out. That's every week on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. It will come out this week. We don't know the guests yet, but we'll just stay locked. We'll have a good show for you guys. Yeah, subscribe to us. Just follow us on this journey we're on. We'll get it together, so you lot can be happy to say, yeah, I was there from the jump. You know. From the garden days to here now, we're gonna push it. But yeah, till next week. Peace.